cell whenever you're ready with the timer. Give me a second. Okay, Leanne, your 3 minutes starts now.
Good evening to the current AB Samahan Executive Board, fellow candidates, and general body members. My name is Leanne Caranza, and I want to be your 2018-2019 Sports and Recreation Coordinator. I can confidently say that with my welcoming attitude, desire to foster community, mildly assertive manner, and selfless actions for Samahan, I would be an exceptional addition for the next Executive Board. Within the last year, I have suffered through many personal adversities that drastically affected my mental health, academic life, and home life, but Samahan has given me a space where I can positively grow and better myself. With the many contributions I have already solidified my name in, including Roll Call Director, Spuff Master, Spuff Proctor, FCN Modern Director, co-founder of Andres Bonifacio Samahan Dance, loving author, and active GBMer, I hope I can put Sports and Rec Coordinator under my ever-growing belt of influence in this organization. With my diverse background of leadership positions on my record, which includes holding co-captain and captain positions on my high school dance team, various section leader positions in past music ensembles, a presidential position on my high school music board, various positions among some more major events in Samahan, I can effectively implement those skills into the various responsibilities that Sports and Rec have to oversee. Those responsibilities include organizing intercollegiate activities like friendship games, participating in intramurals, collaborating with FCC, and so on and so forth. Fortunately for me, I had the opportunity to watch many of my best friends participate and excel in the 2017-2018 E-Board, one of which is our current Sports and Rec, Andrew Bonzano. For his friendship games, I was given many opportunities like becoming one of the roll call directors, a spuff maker, and a spuff proctor. In addition, I would be around when he worked on logistics, just such as creating friendship games t-shirts, ride in hotel situations, taking numbers of participants, and etc. I took these factors and potential doors as shadow opportunity, learning the many ins and outs as a Sports and Rec Coordinator, and in the end, I realized that my experiences and observations further demonstrated how I could excel in this position. I can acknowledge that our organization isn't as strong as many other Filipino orgs. However, with the mindset I put on the table and the goals I have set for myself for the upcoming Executive Board, I can truly say that I can play an effective part in making our organization even better than it is now. Like many of my past counterparts and candidates for this position, I would love to have multiple sports days, hiking events, and more athletic activities throughout the year. However, the reality is I can't promise everything to come true. It's one thing for me to be excited about an event, but it's another thing to get an entire organization. I came to realize that in order to be an extra successful Sports and Rec Coordinator, I have to base my actions and decisions on my personal platform of community, support, and drive. Willingness to work as a community, support each other, and positively drive each other to be successful is what I believe will make an effective and memorable Sports and Rec. If we can keep these key components in through friendship games, spring intramurals, and smaller events, as previously mentioned, I can do my part in making a better and more successful Samahan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, for the first question, Friendship Games is one of the biggest events for Samahan. Even so, there's usually difficulty in getting members to participate, whether it be in games or spuffing. How do you plan to get members more involved and more enthusiastic about these things?
Personally, for me, I really think it's all about energy. And like if I was given the position of Sports and Rec, I think the energy that I emit and the excitement that I have for friendship games and any other event like intramurals and other like minor sports days pertaining to my position, it's all about the energy that the person holding the position has. I feel like it really makes a difference when somebody really enjoys their job and really cares about the event that they're working towards. So I feel like if that person is excited, then that energy will spread. Because I personally seen that if I'm excited about something and I talk about it all the time, then it's always that energy that passes through everyone. And hopefully that like my enthusiasm and like, I wouldn't say pushy, but like my very like mildly assertive manner when it comes to like really important things to me, like really gets to everyone and really gets them excited for something. Just as important as friendship games.
Okay. The next question. After friendship games, there are events such as sports days and intramurals, but these events tend to not be as big of a turnout as before. How do you plan to keep member participation up throughout the whole year?
Like I said in the first question, it's really all about energy and being excited. Like you have to show that you're excited and you care about the event that you're holding. I know that friendship games is very, very big, and it's one of the bigger events, especially since it's the first semester. That's where like all the audings and like all the kuya-atas get together and finally get to know each other. But I would put in as much excitement and as much work as I would for friendship games into intramurals, and like if we do have hiking days and like collaborative events like with like ASCA or VSA, I would try to put that much excitement into those things as well, because I feel like friendship games is you start really strong, but I feel like you can grow stronger from there. And I know it could be challenging trying to get participation from other people, but it's a challenge that I'm willing to take. And if my energy can go through everyone else in the organization, then I feel like I've done my job.
Thank you. And you will now be asked 2 questions from the audience. The first question being, October is a busy month for Samahan, with it being Filipino Heritage Month and the month that Friendship Games is held. How will you try to balance this busy schedule and encourage members to get involved in both FG and Filipino Heritage Month events, as opposed to them constantly choosing to get involved in just one of them?
I feel like it's all about communication with the other officers, especially like Coco's. Since it is Filipino Heritage Month, I have to we have to communicate with each other and like make sure that even though it's a busy month for both of us, that we can still collaborate and we can still make a successful schedule for everyone. I'm a very schedule-driven person already, so having like a set schedule for both FG practices and events with Cocos, it'd be nice if like, say you have an event for cultural and then right after we can have practice. I feel like that would be like a system that could be implemented very well. It might be rocky from the start at the beginning, but I feel like as the month goes on, it could really help us be executing all the things you want to execute.
Thank you. And your second question is, how would you incorporate the pillars into sports and rec events, especially the culture pillar?
I think for me, when I think about the Filipino culture, I think about more of like family values and like togetherness, and I think how I would portray that during practices is that we all have to work together in order to be a good team. I wouldn't just say that's just for friendship games, but I think for all the events that Sports and Rec has to oversee, culture is very special to me, considering that I did run for Coco as well last year, and it's always been very important to me to try to involve culture as much as I can. And I feel like small things like bringing people together and like truly understanding what Samahan really means, especially since Samahan means like come together. It would be really nice if I can just keep on having that idea implemented wherever I go, like during practices and whatnot. So trying to bring in those like very, very important but small aspects of our culture into anything Sports and Rec has to oversee. I think that would make it very successful.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.